Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining our November webinar for OmegaOne. Today, we'll be going over how to prepare for officer transitions and how we can help you do that. My name is Amanda, and I have Hannah here with me as well. We'll be doing questions and answers throughout the webinar. So if you can go ahead and in that question chat, put your name and what organization you're with. That way we can make sure that it's working correctly. While you're doing that, Hannah is going to do a brief introduction of who OmegaFi is, and then we'll get started.
Hi, everyone. For more than 30 years, OmegaFi has provided technology solutions to help customers manage their finances, streamline their operations, recruit new members, and communicate with their members. Whether it's working with 57 different headquarters, local chapters, house corporations, IFC and Panhellenic councils, or alumni associations across more than 650 campuses, we remain the industry leader when it comes to technology in the fraternity and sorority community. Based out of Columbus, Georgia, we securely process more than $1.1 million per day for our clients and have securely processed more than $4 billion since 1992. We're also deeply committed to serving, promoting, and advancing the fraternity and sorority experience. We aim to make raving fans with every individual or group we work with by reaching, innovating, and acting with agility. We challenge ourselves to dream big every day and to help others achieve their own dreams as well. To say we're passionate about what we do is definitely an understatement, and it's this passion that has encouraged our clients to trust us to do the heavy lifting so they can focus on their mission and having fun.
Thanks, Hannah. All right, today we are going to go over adding and managing users. We did go over this in last month's webinar as well, but I think it's good to revisit that. We'll also look at managing your points, clearing out those points, getting ready for the new officers to come in and ending the semester, as well as study hours and excuses. And then we're also going to look at preparing your calendar for upcoming events and events that may be on your schedule already for the spring. So let me switch over to OmegaOne. So as you can see, this is the wall that you come to when you get logged into OmegaOne. And we're going to first look at how to manage users, adding new users, managing their access levels, and things like that. So over here under the admin tools, we'll go to manage users. And from here, it can add a user one at a time, or you can add multiple users. This gives you the steps on how to do that by creating an Excel spreadsheet. You can download the template that we provide for you and then upload it. You do need to upload that as a CSV file or it will not upload correctly. Once you've added your users, then you can come in here and you can update their member type and then as well as their access levels. There are 3 different access levels. There's normal, officer, and administrator. These are managed under the under this access level column here. So you would just click on the drop-down menu and then update accordingly. The normal access is users will have access to the member-specific menu options and do not have access to the admin tools. So this right here, they will not be able to see this. With normal access, it is important to note whether users are listed with the member type of member or alumni. While both have the same level of access, items created in OmegaOne are not always visible to alumni members. For this reason, we recommend giving advisors officer or administrator access. The next level of access is officer. Users with officer access have access to the member-specific menu options and a limited version of the admin tools. So they do have this, but they won't be able to see everything within the admin section. It allows them to manage communication-related features, but not member management features. And then the next level of access is the administrator access level. This provides access to the member-specific menu options and all of the admin tools. This is the highest access level within OmegaOne. Admin users can access and manage everything. So when you are transitioning from one officer to the next, you want to make sure that you have updated their access level if they need it to administrators so that they are able to do everything that they need to do for their position. All right, the next thing that we're going to look at is managing points and how to clean that up before the semester ends. So under the admin tools and then manage points, this is where all your points possibilities and categories live. If you have appeals, you need to go ahead and manage those appeals. So under the menu here, you'll go to manage appeals. And if you have any that are that have not been resolved, this is where you'll go in and you'll approve or deny those. And then also the resolved appeals, it will show any appeals that have been resolved that that you've approved or denied. If for any reason you need to export those appeals, you want to keep up with them, you can click here on this export appeals and it will download into an Excel spreadsheet. Also, if you want to download points, you can do that by going to the menu and then exporting. So it will, I'm going to show you what that looks like. So we'll list out the name, how many points they accumulated, and then how many points were possible, and their rank and percentage as well. So if you need that for any documentation purposes or record keeping, you can download that before you clear out the points. Once you're ready, you can then clear out all of your points by going to the menu and then under settings, this is where you can clear your points. So you would click on clear all points and just remember once this is done, it cannot be undone. So you want to make sure that you're ready to do that. Another thing that I want to point out here is under the appeals setting, you want to make sure that whoever the next officer is or person who's going to be in charge of that, approving or denying appeals, that you update that setting as well. So if it's going to be someone else, you would update it to that person. You can also update when those appeals, when members are no longer allowed to submit appeals for the end of the semester, you want to make sure that that's updated as well. The next thing we're going to look at is managing study hours. So again, under the admin tools and then manage study hours. This is where you'll go to look at who all has study hours logged. You can view study hours from here. If for whatever reason you need to manually add study hours, you can do that for them as well. And once you've done that, if you need to download that for any kind of record keeping or if you want to keep that on file for any reason, that can be found under the menu and then under the weekly breakdown. And it will show you every week from the beginning of the semester until the current week. So then you can export that. And you can also choose which members you want to see that for. So if you just want to see it for regular members and not new members, you can choose that as well. Once you are done with that, another thing that you need to make sure before clearing your study hours is managing any appeals that have come through. So if there are any current appeals, you can approve or deny those. And then the resolved appeals will show here as well. And it will show you the status of those if they've been approved or denied. Once you've gone through all of those steps, then once you're ready, you can clear those study hours as well. That's also done under the menu and then under settings. And from here, you can clear all study hours. Again, this cannot be undone. So you want to make sure that you're ready for that and you don't have any more study hours that are going to be entered by members. The next thing we want to look at is making sure that your study locations is up to date. So you can look at study locations here. You can look at the list view or you can look at the map view. And then if you need to remove or edit any, you can do that as well. So say a Starbucks closed and that's no longer available, you can come out here and click on this red X and it will remove that for you. And then if you need to add any locations, you can do that as well. So here under menu and then click on add new location. You would just come out here and you can put in the location. And you can name it. You'll add the marker. You want to make sure that you capture enough space. So if they're there and that way it captures them, the whole building, and there isn't any issues when they go to log in or to mark themselves as there. If there are any study hours that need to be blocked at this location, like for instance, Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays, so maybe you want to just block that day of the week. And then you would save the changes and it would add that location to your study locations. Once you have done all of the things that you need to do with study hours, you can also come in and you can start updating your calendar for any events that may be taking place for the holidays or for spring semester. So under the admin tools, under manage calendar, here you can go in and you can make sure that you have any upcoming events already added. And then you can also update your color settings. So from here, you'll click on color settings and then you can color code your calendar. So if you have chapter ritual can be this light blue, and then if you wanted to change university sports to something else, you can do that. Just click into the box and you can change it. Or if you haven't added anything, you can go in and get that done this week or before the next semester starts. So once your colors are updated, then you can come out here and you can add an event. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Under add event, we're going to do a sisterhood event. We're going to do a sisterhood holiday party. And our description, we're going to have a little gathering to watch Elf and make gingerbread houses. Then you can choose who it will be visible to: admin, officers, new members, who all it will be visible to. And then you'll put in the date that you are doing that. And then your time. And for sisterhood events, that is yellow. And then if there's going to be a check-in, you can add that. So if it's location based or passcode, or if this is just a fun gathering and you don't want to do a check-in, you can do that as well. If there is a check-in and you're allowing members to submit excuses, you can click on here and allow them to do that. And then also you can choose how members are going to be alerted about this. So if they're going to receive an email only or an email and a text, or just a text, you can decide how you want that notification sent out. And then as well as if you want them a reminder to be sent out. So say you want them to be texted the day before so that they don't forget that it's happening. And then if you want it to be pushed to the OmegaOne wall and to send a push notification, you can add that as well. So once you've added that, it will now show up on your calendar. So then you can come out here and you can add other events for anything that may be happening in January or even in February if you have events out that far. The next thing we're going to look at is managing excuses. So under the admin tools and then manage excuses. This is where you'll go to see if there are any excuses that you need to approve or deny, as well as any excuses that have been resolved. Under the menu setting here, if you need to export excuses, you can do that. And then under settings, this is where you want to make sure that you update your notification settings. So if a new officer is coming in and they need to be notified of when excuses are submitted, you'll want to update that and then make sure you update your settings. And then after you've gone through all of your excuses, then you can clear all resolved excuses. But remember that this cannot be undone, so you want to make sure that you export all of them before you delete them. Okay, that is everything that I wanted to show you all today to get prepared for officer transition. Hannah, were there any questions?
As of now, there's not any, so I think we could be good. But if you guys have any come up, like Amanda said, she has this support email and everything here, so you guys could always reach out using that.
Yes, so if you have questions, you can email softwaresupport@omegafy.com. And we also have our help center. I'm going to show you that real quick. Under the Get Help section here, we have articles and videos. You can just put in your what you're searching for, the question you have, and it will give you a list of articles and videos that you could watch that would help you. So if there aren't any questions, then we'll go ahead and end for today. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope you have a great afternoon, and keep a lookout for emails that we'll be sending out about officer transition season. Have a great day.